Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to just do a quick review of this phone. I got the iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's a pretty solid device. I'm having a good time with it. But when it comes to it, I get bored of this phone very easily. And so I know that's not gonna be the case with everybody. So for instance, a lot of people just get a phone, like literally my brother, for instance. A lot of people just get a phone. Here, one sec. Yeah, so you see, that's also randomly, this is the phone I'm getting. This one right here. So I'll do a review on that shortly. But a lot of people get a phone just to basically pretty much just, you know, basic features, take pictures, text their friends, things like that. So that's what makes an iPhone good for a lot of people, especially having iMessage. It is kind of weird to me that in school, like apparently, like little kids are ostracized and just not talked to for not having an iPhone, which is really fucking weird to me. I mean, when I was in school, that was like, when I was in 6th grade, that's when the first iPhone came out. And then middle school, it was, so the phones in middle school were like the Droid, that little slide out keyboard. I had a T-Mobile G1, which was the first Android phone. I got it a little late, and I could have gotten the Nexus 1, which I probably should have, but I liked that slide out keyboard. The thing was pretty solid. But that was an example of just, at the time, me wanting I guess at the time it was me just wanting a phone for like some of the features, but not all the features, right? So I wasn't concerned with the processor or anything like that, and I wasn't concerned with really anything that, like, in the person at the phone store recommended, they're like, you know, the Nexus 1 just came out, like you should get this one, like this is a brand new phone, like, and I was like, no, I'm good. Like I like that big slide out keyboard, and I also liked it because my wife, good Lord, who's saying that? My sister got the Sidekick, and I always wanted the Sidekick. She had like a Sidekick 3, and that thing was so cool, man. Like that was such a dope phone. Especially on the time, like all the things it could do, you know, had like the scroll wheel, had all those menus and everything like that. And so I thought that was super sweet. So I got the closest thing to it, which was the G1 with that slide out keyboard. And it was really cool, man. So that's why I kind of, that's where I guess I feel like the iPhone falls into. It falls into the category of people just looking for a phone. Not really too concerned with the specs or even just not knowing them. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this is a bad phone either. So for instance, this phone has a really good CPU. There's a really good video. Look up Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 versus what do we call it? So look up the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 versus the A16. There's I don't know, it's this Asian guy. They go into extreme detail on they do like literal graphs and things like that. Actually, I can pull that up for you guys real quick. Let's see my YouTube history. I don't know if it's embarrassing, so hang on. There we go. So it's actually Geek Ran. So we can just do a volume test, but
then things are changing too.
Okay, so basically, just
you guys
for instance,
are really
like,
excited about the upgrade. Well, I wouldn't really say that because first we have a larger level 2 cache on P-core, and second, A16 is using LPDDR5
Bro, like, look at this fucking detail.
Memory, resulting in a 50%.
Like, look at this shit. Like,
A+ was actually more efficient than MediaTek's new flagship, Dimensity 9200. If you look at the core design, the 9200 isn't inferior at all, utilizing ARM's new architecture, the Cortex X3 and A715.
Yeah, but like, let's look at it from the side.
Against Qualcomm. To find out more, we need to spend a bit more time
bro,
discovering
you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this.
efficiency of those CPUs.
Like, so
it turns out
so as you can see, pretty long video. I'm using an iPhone right now, and I think it's because I have autofocus on that. I'm using an iPhone 13 Pro, which I'm going to do like just a quick review of the differences on my crappy iPad. So the video quality is not going to be very good, unfortunately, but iPad's an iPad though. And honestly, the last iPad I had was like a generation 3, no, a 1. I had like a first generation. So having a Gen 9, even if it's not the best available right now. It's kind of cool having an iPad again. But yeah, but I mean, just look at this. Like, look, they do like, this is a comparison with like basically how much power is used versus how fast the processor is. You know what I mean? So that's what that comparison is. But yeah, I emphasize this because it's really, really good. It's Geeker Wan. So, or Geeker Wan. This guy's a legend, man. It's really, really good. So yeah, you guys got a little bit of a...
Hello guys. तो जैसे कि आप लोग जानते हैं कि iPhone 14 Pro series.
Yeah, so you got little shorts or whatever, but yeah. So I mean, honestly, basic multitasking. Okay, so one thing I like about the iPhone is Game Pass. I think it's actually pretty fun. Like at first the game sucked, but I mean, look at this, bro. This game is really fun. It's called Warped Racers, pretty sure. Yeah, Warped Car Racers, bro. It has like all the adult cartoons I like. Like, yeah, we'll be mad right now, bro. Here, I'll turn this. Okay, so, but yeah, look, so, sorry I have the case on, but I guess, you know, this other case is pretty sick, man. Oh, it's because my finger, duh. Well, never mind. Oh, okay, there we go. But yeah, basically, so you got a little switch. You got the cameras in the back. I think the purple and the green looks pretty good together, just because I've never really had a purple phone. I've had green, but the combo is just different. Just good, but yeah, here. So we'll just do a little race real quick. This is really kick-ass, honestly. We'll go Family Guy, and we'll go here. It plays like it pretty much plays like the new Mario Karts, but it's with characters I actually have some kind of like focus on, I guess, if that makes sense. Let's do the Hank Hill. Oh, let's actually do Dale's Bug. Do Dale's Bug. Damn. Okay, well, whatever. So the graphics are good, man. And like, so like I was saying, the GPU on the A16 is better than the Snapdragon Gen 2's processor, but you'll see where you'll also see, I guess, where you'll see that the 8 Gen 2's processor outshines the... Ooh, yeah, all right, we're terrible at this shit. Yeah, you can drift off, clearly. Okay, I mean, the maps are badass. Basically, you guys get the idea. It's pretty sick. RuneScape's pretty tight. You know, you got the detailed graphics. Oh, you got all the basics on here, man. You got everything you basically would need. And that's what I was saying with this phone is for people who don't care about a phone. And I'm being honest, that's why Apple does so well. I feel like because they make simple things that people want work. And it's so even if you like gaming and stuff and you like it, like a lot of apps utilize the CPU. And so because of this, it makes the phone great. But honestly, the camera's solid, guys. I'm sure you've watched a million videos on this, especially by now. Man, look, boom. See if you can actually see me this time. The infamous phone on my face. Boom. You know, we got the light blue 13 Pro Max, pretty solid. Ooh, you can shoot in RAW. So here, hang on. Let me pull up a muffin picture I took. Or not muffins, it was I don't know what you guys are going to get surprised with in this fucking gallery. So hang on. I'm going to take this off. I don't know. Yeah, we got a humidifier. What up, dude? It's pretty funny. Oh, check it out, guys. It's your boy, dude. Yeah, so we got the motherfucking muffins, boy. You know, we on that thick boy Pillsbury life, son. But yeah, so you got a lot of detail. Like that's right, some crazy details. So we got it in the oven too, I think. Oh, the Golden Girls in what do we call it? You know, the Golden Girls in King of the Hill. So I've watched a lot of King of the Hill, man. King of the Hill kicks ass. That's a great show. But yeah, I'm pulling up the so right here. So like, bro, like, look at this fucking detail. Like, holy shit. And that's just being a 48 megapixel sensor. You know, it captures a lot of within the photo. It takes, you know, there's a lot taken of the environment, so you can zoom in and get really clear photos. And yeah, so another thing, so one thing I don't like is this thing sucks for emulators. Like, for instance, I can't play this without enabling JIT, and apparently it is just something that Apple blocks. I don't really know the reason behind it, but like, I'll show you real quick. Here, one sec. Yeah, you literally have to do a big ass tutorial. You have to do this. You have to like download this thing and then go, you have to download alt server and go here, enable JIT. You have to go to your device, and this has to be open and running for you to literally run this. And like, you can get, so there is a way to do it, but I literally, like, it's called, there's like a JIT remote thing, but literally the second day I was using it, it didn't work. And honestly, bro, this is why I say this is for like the average person who's not even really looking for something like this, because I'm not gonna sit here and pay for $1,000 phone that can't even fucking run Wii or what do you want to call it? Or GameCube, man. Especially when we got Ether SX2, you know, PS2 ROMs, which are, I mean, probably the equivalent. There's a lot more Nintendo exclusives on GameCube, but you can still get the Dolphin emulator for Android. Like, and that's the thing, like, especially, bro, with this new, the new Red Magic 8 Pro, there's a lot of people complaining about the software, honestly. I don't see it, and I don't notice in reviews. To be honest, it feels, this is me being conspiracy theorist. I think Dale from King of the Hill's getting to me. They are conspiracy theorists. Sorry, I just think it's funny. But yeah, basically, it seems like people might be having software issues, but the things that they're talking about, the entire OS is buggy. Bro, the reason the iPhone isn't buggy is because what risks have they taken? Like, they call themselves innovative by having a fucking always-on display. Bitch, I've had an always-on display for fucking 10 years with every Android phone I've had. Oh, but it's like these guys are late adopters and call their shit innovative. And honestly, that's just the annoying thing about Apple. They also downclock their processors, but there is a good reason. Apparently, it's to, what do we call it? Apparently, it saves power. So they assume that you'd want battery longevity over performance, but it gets to the point where the power of the phone is basically just dog shit. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Hey, Bubby. Hello. Yeah, so this dynamic island the thing, right? Like, what is this thing annoying? Actually, it works really well. So there are a few things here. Let me just, the face unlock thing works pretty well too. But yeah, so does it work? You can get a little like pet. I don't know if I have it still. Sorry, one sec. I genuinely don't. Oh, we could do Madden real quick. But let's see here. Oh, you have to also get that for the Wii emulator thing. It's a hassle, bro. Okay, so Apple does have some good native apps, I will say. I'm sure you can get duplicates of this on Android. The difference here is the iPhone doesn't have to open so Android does this really quickly, given, so no big deal, but this is actually a pretty solid mobile game. Let's go here. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit that you get unlocks, but here, I'll just do some gameplay real quick. Whatever, fucking, okay, that's... Yeah, I just want to play the game, bro. Here. This isn't really the iPhone, this is just bullshit. Oh, damn, it's kind of sick that I got 151 quarterback. It's pretty dope. Yeah, let's just fucking play that here. Resume. So this is solid, man. This is pretty fun, and like, you know, I always think I want to play a full game, but I honestly like the different challenges. I think it's actually pretty fun. But yeah, let's just do a fullback power real quick. Yeah, honestly, sick ass app. It's good, but you know, the phone does basic things well, and that's just to further emphasize my point that I was talking about earlier. It does basic things well, and it's basically for people who don't want a phone that focuses on the specs. I mean, this bitch has like 6 gigs of RAM, whereas the phone I'm getting has 16. RAM is like this table, so like it's like, you know, imagine this is like an app, and this is an app. Like, imagine this is one core. Like, let's say an iPhone has 6 of these tables to put shit on, right? That's cool. That's awesome. And when you open an app and let's say the app's open, and then when you're done with it, you take it away and there's more room on your RAM. That's what RAM is. It's basically where the phone gets to just basically run an app while you're using it and then take it away. And so imagine that, you know, the phone we're getting has 16. Imagine how much power I get from that. I get a lot, but that's the difference between me and somebody else. Like, my brother is literally a perfect example, and I'm giving this phone to him. He has an iPhone 11, and I really like phones, but I am really bored of this phone. It's just fucking boring, if I'm being honest. Like, the iPhone is boring. Like, maybe I'm not doing the right stuff, but also the fact I can't gain root access and jailbreak the phone, like, that's annoying. So on my Android phone, I literally can do just Attaway. Like, I can root the phone and install Attaway, which gains root access, which means the entire phone, like the entire experience on the phone has an ad server that blocks ads. And it's really awesome. And I can't do that on this. The one thing I'd say that the iPhone still has is iMessage. But to be honest, like, what I even mean by that is, I forgot my passcode. It's like oh, my face did it. Okay. All right. Well, you guys saw my super secret passcode. Bro, what am I talking about? The iPhone might be good for me too, because I can't remember what I'm doing. And Apple likes to remind me that it's innovative that they have 6 gigs of RAM on here. But yeah. But anyway, I'm giving this phone to my brother. He's gonna get like years of use out of this, and that's, I think, what Apple intends to. They go for device longevity. But I don't think people realize, like, that, you know, over time parts do wear down. And so, but yeah, basically the phone I'm getting has a freaking fan on it that cools it. Like that, I don't know. To me, being a big nerd, that's why I like that. But yeah, honestly, overall, I know I talked about a assload of things on here, but a lot works. You know what I mean? A lot works well. I don't experience really any like software hiccups. I do get annoyed with if I have an account that, for instance, so I had to get literally a new account because there's like this error. It's like saying that my device, or like there's this purchase error that keeps popping up when it's like, bro, I have money on my card and I can purchase this, fine, but keep saying app not available, or it has some weird error. And I've never really experienced that anywhere. And that's annoying. So another thing too is you can download stuff from the internet, but you can't install apps without alt server. And then I have to literally go to my computer and turn on alt server just to install an app. Like, that shit is annoying. I don't want to do that just like Apple's seamless process. Like, fuck that. It's not seamless. It's kind of bullshit. But I mean, maybe it protects their software from literally just like, this phone does basic shit and it's pretty boring, but I've pretty much ranted about this phone. But it's not for me. Like, this phone is perfect for my brother because he just doesn't care about the phone. Like, and you know, it's nice. Like, oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. This is pretty fucking cool. So watch. You can do this with YouTube videos. I have not been able to do this on Android. I'm not gonna lie. They should, Samsung or fucking any Android company, you're taking notes, watch this, bro, watch. Bro. Like, bro, look at that. I can zoom in super far and drag this shit around. Like, that's fucking badass. So, like, that was one thing I really liked. You know, floating window. But Android is king right now because you can do that with literally games. You can have a floating window of games. But yeah, I'm basically being a heavy Android fanboy. I do like Apple products. I really just like the texting games. Like, it's so simple. It's funny. But like, watch here, I'll pull. Let me see if there's anything we're talking about that. Okay, yeah, nothing really that important. Okay. So you can go. You can just do this real quick. I wish Game Pigeon was on Android phones. Otherwise, it'd be game over. But there might be some kind of exclusivity they have with Apple phones. I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't run well in just text messages. But they also have RCS, which people are saying, oh, it's buggy. Bro, it sends photos and videos. Like, I don't think it's that buggy. But you have all these games, and it's really easy to play. I mean, bro, like, we'll play... no, I don't want to play 8-Ball Plus. We'll play regular... I mean, here's an example of just the iPhone lagging and being weird. There we go. Okay, so let's play 8-Ball on hard mode. Okay, so it's sick, man. It works well. Like, it's cool. You can just play games in your text message. Actually, I can. I'm not gonna be able to play obviously because I'm using my wife's phone to record, but you get the idea. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Like, it's a good phone. The cameras are nice, right? It's just boring. Like, it's just a boring ass phone. And if you want something that and it's just because I really enjoy playing classic games on emulators. And, you know, with Android phones having phones with 3.2 gigahertz octa-core processors, 16 gigabytes of RAM, like 6,000 milliamp hour battery, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a literal cooling fan that doesn't even make the phone feel thick, but it allows like the phone to have ventilation. Like this, and it has RGB lights in the back. Like, this thing is just a nerd, like, joy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I look at, and then I just see this thing that's like, it's nice, but it's boring. So it's not for me, but it's, not everyone looks for what I look for in a smartphone. So this is basically for the person who, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of Apple fanboys on here getting mad at me, but it's just the truth. Like saying, oh, this software isn't optimized. Bro, it's annoying, okay? You can't sit here and say that every single Android phone, especially with specs like that, has software that isn't optimized. It is optimized. The entire way they develop apps is for the application to open on whatever phone. It opens in a console, and the console can display on any phone. Like, that's how it's optimized. I don't know. And people used to complain about Samsung, and now their things are optimized because it's really just, what that means basically is, it doesn't literally mean this, but what I feel like this means is that your friends now like Samsung phones, and it's like, okay, great. Now I want one. And this isn't the case with everybody, but it's like, nobody wanted an iPhone until everybody had an iPhone. It's just, it's following trends. Like, a lot of people like Samsung devices. They're not bad, but bro, their newest flagship only has 12 gigs of RAM. Oh, okay, sure, you can send it via software, but for instance, I have a tablet that only has like 2 gigs of RAM, but I tried the 3 gigabyte extension to play, and I couldn't play RuneScape. Like, you know, it crashes every time I try to go and open my bank. And that being like, you know, for instance, like that's because that has low RAM, and the software for it, essentially, the software RAM, like RAM Plus, it doesn't work well. It's not as good as native RAM. That's literally built into the hardware of the device. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys for watching, hearing my rant. This was part review, part rant. But yeah, thanks guys.